Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Dark Envoy with me, Bring It Dawn. I noticed when I loaded in that the laser traps have a description. Periodically shoots laser beams that deal damage over time and inflict slow.
Let's get going.
What's that? Black hole. It's a good spot for it. Triggered by unit proximity, creates a vortex which pulls units towards its center and explodes after a delay.
Gotcha.
Let's go around that.
Moving fast.
What's the plan? What do you propose?
That's a pretty good fight. Well, for us anyway.
Sure, why not?
Yes.
Yes.
Alright, reinforcements en route.
What do you propose? What's the plan? Yes. Watch my back. What do you propose?
Time for plan B.
Alright, not as smooth that time. Real quick. Alright, so loot the enemies drop does not show up on the map. 1 soul core and 7 gold. Imperial silk robe, 1 iron, 2 knowledge fragments, 1 soul core, and 21 gold. The +2 elemental resist, +4% weapon damage, +5% tenacity, +6% dodge chance, and -5% move speed. That's an upgrade for her, it looks like. We also picked up an elven ring and elven plate helmet at some point. The elven ring, cooldown reduction +3%, max mana +5%, and magic shield +6%. The elven plate helm, mana regen +0.2 per second, skill power +3%, max health +2%, max mana +3, and damage to wounded health -5%. The helmet probably looks a lot better on Malachi with his armor. That's okay. We're not going for aesthetics yet.
They've already activated.
Look at his
it.
derpy face.
I don't think it's fully powered up yet. If we act quickly, we may be able to take it out.
If we go back for help, it could escape. A fully charged construct like this could destroy our city in minutes. Ready, Kayla?
I've got your back, Mal.
Looks like a supermarket mascot. Definitely looked like she was out of range of that.
What's the plan?
Not that time.
Oh yeah.
Yes?
It's time for Plan B. Yes.
What's the plan? What do you propose?
Not sure what those things are gonna do. Get him out of the way.
Oh yeah.
Yes?
Time for Plan B.
What's the plan?
Yes. Can't die here.
Surprised he went down. It did not look like he was in range of the damage over time effect there.
What do you propose?
That wasn't so bad.
Only because it didn't have time to fully power up. We were lucky.
Win is a win, I always say.
Can't believe this guy was a threat. We got some loot. Catalyst. Unique two-handed staff. 30% chance to inflict confused. 10% chance to inflict vulnerable. And then damage ignores enemy armor. Skill power plus 10%. Mana drain plus 1. Unique weapon skill. Ricochet. For 10 seconds, your attacks ricochet 2 times, striking an additional random enemy within 5 meters of the target. Ancient Prism. Damage also ignores enemy armor. 8% chance to inflict shaken. Then armor penetration plus 12. And 5 projectile count versus the 3 that my current prism has. 3 iron, 2 soul cores, and 12 gold. Let's say this is an upgrade. It says less damage, but Catalyst ignores enemy armor. So I think it does more damage in most situations.
Let's get going.
Also, I found out you can rotate the camera. It's left alt.
Hey, is that a League soldier? I think he's still alive.
A League Soldier's Journal. Day 2 of total confinement. We've lost another of the wounded due to a shortage of fresh water. We couldn't afford to tend to their wounds with the last remaining drinkable water supply. Unless help arrives, we'll perish one after another. Ancient Silk Gloves. Tenacity plus 4%, max health minus 1%, and magic shield plus 3%. 2 iron, 4 knowledge fragments, 1 soul core, 14 gold. So I think that the magic shield is more valuable than the health. So despite these gloves having that minus 1% max health, it's still a net gain because you get the magic shield back each fight. Ideally, you don't take any max health damage.
Gotcha.
Also, he added insult to injury, literally, by reading this guy's journal in front of him. It may not be his, it could have been one of these guys, but I like to think it was his.
Are you alright?
I hope so. Gonna kill that bastard, Jahan.
John, the merchant from the City of Bones.
Yes. He promised us we'd find ancient knowledge here. He must have sold us out to the Empire. Damn humans. Always messing with things they do not understand. They activated the construct to blast through the barrier, but it turned against them.
Jahan sent you here? That money-grabbing, backstabbing...
We should inform Benedict when we get back. Leave Jahan to him.
Yeah. Yeah, sure, Kayla. What is this place anyway?
It's an ancient archive. I've never seen one so well preserved. Looks like whatever powered up the construct also got it working.
Huh. Can you make any sense of it?
It's encoded. It would take me weeks, maybe months to decipher it all, but even at a glance, I can tell it's something big. There are a few mentions of revenants and some ancient weapons designs. I think the construct we fought was assembled at this very facility. Oh, just think what else we could find here. Ah, it's so exciting.
So, it's all powered by this generator, right? That means we could rig it to short-circuit the whole network. Bye-bye, Deathbot schematics.
We can't just destroy it. This generator's been running for centuries and is still working. In fact, maybe if we remove it carefully, we could bring it home. Think what a change it would make to our city.
I get it. But we also know that the Empire and League know of this place. They may already be on their way. Breaking this archive is the only way to be sure all of this knowledge doesn't fall into their hands. We've already tried sealing it, and that machine we just fought would definitely not be used for a good cause.
Okay, a little speculation on my part. If we salvage the generator and bring it back to the City of Bones, that may lead to the city getting attacked because they want the generator. Or the city's going to get attacked regardless. Having the generator will help repel the attackers. Either way, I'm going to salvage the generator. I don't want to destroy ancient knowledge. So we'll see how it plays out.
This knowledge may be dangerous, and we don't know what the future holds, but our city could use this energy right now. You know I'm right, Mal. Come on, let's get back to the city and send someone in here to recover as much as possible.
All right. I guess I worry too much sometimes.
Let's get out of here. We've got to tell Benedict about Jahan. Sure.
Just double checking I didn't miss any chests. See any?
Sure.
Let's get going. Sure, why not?
Sounds interesting.
All right. How do I get out of here? Oh, there we go. Are you sure you want to leave this location? You will not be able to return. Malachi did a lot more work than I thought. I thought Kayla was doing most of the heavy lifting. A challenge arena. City of Bones. Our ancestors who built this city decided to remain within its walls forever. When our time comes, so will we. Watch over our children, even in the afterlife.
Hey, you piece of shit. I know what you did.
Really? What are you on about?
You sent some League lackeys to a ruin we sealed off, and then sold them out to be slaughtered by the Empire.
Ah, that was a nice little earner. So, you gonna do something about it?
It's a good thing I didn't give him that helmet. He would have killed Jahan.
There he is. Had to lock him up for the night, for his own protection. It could have gotten messy if the guards hadn't separated them.
Rise and shine, Malachi.
My lovely sister, you are a sight for...
Get your stuff. We're leaving, unless you're planning on staying for another night?
Listen, I'm sorry, Kayla. For what it's worth, I'm glad it's you picking me up.
Don't worry, I covered for you. Mother thinks you've been partying.
You're a hero.
And you're an idiot. I've been worried sick. Jahan's thugs could have killed you if it wasn't for Benedict's men.
Hey, that's not true. I was just about to gain the upper hand.
No, you weren't.
All right. I admit I may have been in trouble. Thanks, Ben.
Yes, thank you, Benedict. I know you have more important duties right now.
We've been through worse. You should talk with your parents, though.
That's the plan. Let's go, Malachi. Look presentable.
Got it. And thanks, Kayla. For real.
Alright, Benedict. A couple villagers.
Let's get going.
Now, who do we have here?
We're delighted to see you in good shape.
Time to catch up, don't you think?
Well, if it isn't our old friends from the ruins.
We're not your pals, boy.
Where's our share?
Well, I am a man of my word, so pay up 100 gold.
All right, keep your shirt on.
Here you go. I think we're even now.
Now we're friends.
See? I told you they'd be good for it.
Yeah, I like this town. We might hang around for a while.
Okay, so the city gets attacked. I wonder if they help defend it.
At least I can now bask in the joy of being a good person.
Just
I
a
did
little
hesitate
while.
there because I don't know how much 100 gold is worth in this game yet.
Please, City Protector, you have to help us.
For the 10th time today, leave me alone. We've got more pressing matters. You lost it. You find it. Elf.
We didn't lose it. It was stolen. You don't understand. It protected our settlement for centuries.
Move along.
So saith the Dean. Troubled elf. So we have merchants over here. Basic arms. That's all the equipment that we have. I won't sell any of the unique equipment until I'm really hurting for gold. And I'm assuming this is used for crafting. Magic arms. Can't quite afford it. I'm thinking about making Kayla into a tank. Having this and this paired together, it'd be a really nice little setup. Imperial plate boots. Seems okay. Relics. Oh, unique crystal dagger. Couple blueprints, and I guess these are enchantments. But that's useless on that one because it doesn't have a status effect. Oh yes it does. Frostbite 50% and freeze 10%. That might actually be worth it. More crowd control. I wonder if you can take a enchantment off after you slot it. Not gonna buy it yet. Can always come back. Oh, a stranger. Opposed to all the other villagers around.
Let's get going.
Plaque. May this palm tree symbolize the resilience of the City of Bones, surviving the scorching sun of the desert.
Sure.
And there's our objective. Hollis owns a few businesses around the city. It's impressive how she manages it all by herself.
Sure, why not?
And Merchant Hollis. A challenge board. Oh, we're not level 3 yet, so I'm not going to bother. And I'll read these as we do them, so I don't accidentally reread the same thing. Training room. Stop test. Change party. Elemental turrets. Physical and chaos turrets. Multiple targets. Single target. And armored target.
Cover me.
Well, that's pretty cool. You can test out your builds and your synchronizations.
Let's look. It's the generator we found in the ruins. I'm glad it was given a good purpose outside the League's and Empire's reach.
Well, outside their reach for now. An airship is the most efficient means of traversing the desert. You can afford such luxury.
Gotcha.
Sounds interesting.
Your parents' workspace, controlled chaos to put it
Let's get
nicely.
going.
That doesn't seem very safe. I'm guessing the house was built on solid ground at one point.
Sure, why not?
Good afternoon, Malachi.
Hi, Dad. Sorry I'm late. I had to...
Save it. Benedict has already filled us in. I told him not to go looking for trouble right after we took out that ancient construct.
There was a construct? You fought an ancient construct.
We had to take it out.
If it powered up, it would be unstoppable. It's all in our report. As much as I hate to admit it, it was the right call.
I'm just glad you're back safely. We need to be more careful from now on. We've already informed the rest of the Council about the League and Empire presence in the area.
The major powers have finally set their eyes on our city. That is very concerning news. We're having an emergency meeting later today to decide how to address the situation.
In the meantime, why don't you take care of your equipment? You could surely use an upgrade. Here, buy the materials and get yourself some better gear.
That's a nice allowance.
Let's get going.
Also really close to leveling up.
Gotcha.
I'll buy 3 pieces of iron. That's expensive. Okay, choose the item you wish to craft, then select its tier and rarity from the available options. Higher tier increases the item's basic statistics, whereas higher rarity applies additional random statistics. Once you craft an item, you can spend additional soul cores to reroll the random statistics you are not satisfied with. You keep rerolling as long as you can afford it. Once you add the item to your inventory, there is no turning back. We can only craft one-handed weapons. Well, that's lame. They all cost... Oh, they only cost 2, so I'll craft that. That'll actually net us a profit. As crafting this, which costs 5, means we use 2 more iron than our parents paid for. But not this one. But real quick, I could craft a wand and buy this shield. I am tempted, at least until we find a better tank, but I also really like the staff she has equipped. So I don't know if it's worth buying anything yet. We're so early in the game.
Why not?
Oh, we can sell that dagger we crafted, though. And make even more money.
All right, I see you're all set. I'm glad all of the crafting lessons didn't go to waste. Now I think it's high time you took the skyship out for an extended test flight.
Beyond the sands? Maybe even past the Meccan Mountains?
If only your enthusiasm could power it. You know it's too dangerous to try pushing its old power core beyond the sands.
Damn. For a second there, I thought you'd found a replacement.
We can't promise anything yet, but we've got Halla's following some leads for us. She mentioned she needed a hand with something, so why don't you drop by and see what she wants?
Just try not to end up in jail again.
100 experience and 5 soul cores.
Sure.
We leveled up. Let's take care of that. So I have an idea for him. I'm going to get rid of all the points and mastery. And put them in speed instead. Let's go get power up to 10 first. And at 10 points we get the max mana plus 10%. But I think I want speed on him. I might change his skills around too. No, not yet. So for shocking ground, I'm thinking probably go down the charged ground route because it does more damage. Now the freeze effect on frost ground does last longer, but also I think charged ground is more thematic for an engineer. So what I'm thinking I'm going to do with Malachi is go all in on the gun turret and then grab all of these attack buffs, the passives. To unlock more stuff. A healing syringe. Fires a healing dart at the target ally other than the caster, healing them for 80 hit points and granting 8 HP regen for 10 seconds. Nice, strong criticals. Each time you use a skill, gain 40% critical damage for 10 seconds. This effect does not stack. Increase range. Your two-handed ranged weapons gain +2 range. And grappling hook. Launches a grappling hook that pulls a caster towards the closest unit or wall in a chosen direction and grants him 20% dodge chance for 10 seconds. If the grappling hook hits an enemy, it inflicts Confuse for 20 seconds. Status energy, Confused. Inflicts knockdown for 4 seconds on enemies with confused. Yeah, so it seems like the engineer's more tailored around using a two-handed weapon to attack. So I might just go all in on the gun turret and then grab all these skills like I said. Also, you'll notice that all the skills have a 4th tier, or at least some of them do now. There was a update between last episode and this one. And this is one of the changes. 1 point left. I might grab this. This will synchronize well with the speed investment I just made. We attack faster, so that we have a higher chance of proccing this. It's also currently at a 6% chance to stun and a 20% chance for vulnerable. So the idea is drop our gun, just attack as much as we can, and deal as much damage as we can. Now for Kayla, I'm curious with the Mana Shell. If we go the Mana Surge route, if we still retain this base effect that grants her the Magic Shield. Or if it completely converts into the Mana Surge effect. So the damage reduction doesn't go up here. Let's just get a bigger shield. That unlocks Freeze Spike. Icy Spike erupts in the target area, dealing 80 frost damage to all enemies within 3 meters. Creates a surface that lasts for 10 seconds and inflicts Frostbite for 10 seconds. Status Energy, Vulnerable. Inflicts Freeze for 4 seconds on enemies with Vulnerable, which synchronizes with her Ice Bolts. A Skill Power boost. While below 50% health, gain 15% skill power. Affinity Resist. Gain 10% resistance to fire and cold damage. In fire weapons, abuse the weapons of all allies within 20 meters to deal +3 burn damage and inflict burn, a 10% chance, and shaken 10% chance for 15 seconds. Additional damage and status chance increase ×2 for two-handed weapons. Is that her two-handed weapon or the allies she buffs? I'm thinking we go with this. It gives her more crowd control. So we throw that out, then we throw that out. And then it also works the other way around. You throw this out, and then use this to freeze. You cast it in either order for the same effect. I get her power up here, and maybe Mastery instead. I think it's better to focus on 2 stats instead of 3, at least starting out. Let's go talk to Hollis.
I don't appreciate being questioned.
Cell phone to those do it.
Shop's closed. Goodbye.
You foolish, foolish merchant.
No, I'm no longer interested in trading with you. Leave. Now.
What was that all about?
Oh, you heard that. I'm sorry. That's not something you should be dragged into. I don't want to be either. You can never be too careful in this line of work.
You're talking in riddles, Hollis. You've piqued my curiosity now. Who was that?
You may think it's silly, but they had this mark on their hand. I only caught a glimpse, so I can't be sure, but I think it was the symbol of the claw.
The Claw? As in the mythical order of evil assassins? Didn't think you'd take such things seriously.
I'm a relic hunter. Myths and legends are my bread and butter, and I wouldn't live this long if I trivialized them. Anyway, what can I do for one of my favorite partners?
Aw, you're too kind.
And her brother.
Hey!
Good to see you, Hellas. Dad said you needed our help with something?
Oh, right. A little birdie told me that a ruin has recently been uncovered by a sandstorm. I happen to know that you may find a certain fascinating relic in there. I'm sure you'll know it when you see it.
I like the sound of that.
You know the drill. Get down there and bring back whatever you find. Just make sure you come straight to me. We wouldn't want unhealthy competition now, would we?
Got it. We'll get right on it.
I look forward to seeing what you can find. Watch your backs out there. While it's newly uncovered, you can never be too careful.
Sure.
All right. Well, I'm going to call it here. And next time, we'll set out for the ancient temple. But for now, thanks for watching. Hope to see you guys in the next one.